Hey, everybody. Hey, this your boy, E Hood. It's your boy, E Hood. Listen, I'm coming on here today, right now, and I'm about to go through something that's really, um, it is really a moment for us black people to really take a good look at what's really going on. I'm gonna, I had another message that I was gonna do, but I was led to go here. So I'm gonna go here, because I had a whole nother message planned. So I want to thank you all for coming on and checking me out and seeing what's going on. And I'm going to bring you some stuff that is going to bring some clarity to a lot of things. So I'm always going to be on here coming live and bringing some clarity. Okay, watch this here. I am going to speak on is bigger than Kanye. Is bigger than Kanye. So y'all know this thing that's going on with Kanye West and how the companies are dropping him because he spoke on these fake Jews, and he spoke on what the Jews are doing, and they said that he was being anti-Semitic and all this here. So y'all remember all this here stuff here. So now you have all these here companies and dropped him. Watch this here, and even many black folks are coming against him. You even have the guy Jalen Brown, who played basketball for the Boston Celtics, who was on Kanye's group. What is that called? On his group that he got called Donda Sports. Donda Sports. So so Kanye signed Jalen Brown to that, and Jalen Brown dropped Kanye because of the statements that he made. Right. So now you have Chase Bank done dropped them. Here are the people that done dropped them. You got Adidas, Gap, Foot Locker, Chase, Balenciaga, Creative Artists Agency (CAA). This is a law firm that I'm finna mention: Cohen, Claire Lance, Griffith Thorpe, and Rodden Sturridge. That's a law firm. Here is a studio, MRC Studio. And here is another talent agency, United Talent Agencies. These are the people, these are the organizations that dropped Kanye for what he said, watch this here, about the about the Jews. Now, mind you now, when he spoke on what he spoke on about George Floyd, they didn't have a problem with that. When he spoke against them Jews, is when all hell broke loose. Watch them. He went on the guy Noriega, Nore. That's what he go by now. He went on his podcast. So Noriega. So he has a podcast called Drink Champs, to where all the people who are somebody, I guess, come on there and talk. So Kanye went on there and he began to go on a real rant. Watch this, speaking truth about all the stuff that was going on in the higher echelon places of business, like Hollywood, music industry, the movie, all this sports, all this stuff here, right? So then, so Noriega went on other broadcasts apologizing for allowing Kanye to come on there and speak the way he did. This is a black brother. It is a lot of other black brothers on there who are dissing Kanye for what he said, right? Not about George Floyd. Listen to me now. Not about George Floyd, but about what he said about the Jews. We look. You're gonna have to get this here. Watch this. Not about George Floyd, but about what he said about the Jews. Watch this here now. Watch this. I'm gonna show you how this stuff is. This is all about. See, it's bigger than Kanye. It's bigger than Kanye. And if we don't begin to come together, look, this is just showing just how much power these folks got. Watch this over black people. Over black. This not is bigger than Kanye. And you got all type of black folks talking about always getting what he supposed to get. And that's what he get, and he crazy and all this. I'm telling you, it's bigger than Kanye. This is bigger than Kanye. This is so connected to the Willie Lynch letter, to white supremacy, all that madness. I'm gonna show you. Let me show you. I want you to watch this here. I'm going to show you the Willie Lynch letter. I want you to see it. I want you to see what I'm talking about. This is, man, this is way bigger than Kanye. Watch this here. Okay. This is the Willie Lynch letter. It's the Willie Lynch letter. Okay. Now, the Willie Lynch letter was written in December 25th, 1712. Now, watch this. I'm going to read some points, not the whole thing, but I'm going to read some points to show you just what I'm talking about. Down here where it says, okay, now this is Willie Lynch sending a letter to all, okay, well, I'm going to start at the top to show you what this here is. This speech was delivered by Willie Lynch on the bank of the James River in the colony of Virginia in 1712. Lynch was a British slave owner in the West Indies. He was invited to the colony of Virginia in 1712 to teach his methods to slave owners there. The term lynching is derived from his last name. Now I'm going to go down here to this here paragraph here. Now listen, this is the letter. This is him speaking to all the slave owners. He said, in my bag here, I have a foolproof method for controlling your black slaves. Watch this. I guarantee every one of you that if installed correctly, it will control the slaves for at least 300 years. This is in 2012. That was 300 years. We're in 2022 now. My method is simple. Any member of your family or your overseer can use it. Watch this now. I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves. Watch this. And make the differences bigger. He said, let me get back. He said that he has made the differences bigger amongst the slaves. So what he's done, he's enhanced the differences. He's enhanced the differences so that it can bring more division. Watch this, amongst the slaves. So they can bring more division amongst the slaves. Watch this now. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Okay, I use fear, distrust, and envy for control. Listen to that now. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control. He said that he used fear, distrust, and envy for control. And he's talking about fear towards one another, distrust towards one another, envy towards one another, for the sole purpose of them controlling the black slaves. Let me show you some. Let me show you something in the scriptures. Watch this. Here is something that Jesus was telling the people. See, everything in life we can find in the scriptures. See, because I don't know if you all understand this here, what I'm about to say, but I'm telling you, the Bible, the Holy Bible, watch this, this was written to God's people. This is for God's people. He's talking to us. Listen to, no, you're going to read it yourself. Watch what Jesus said to the multitude. Watch this. Watch this. Over in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 3, I'm going to start right here at 24, the B part, and I'm in the Amplified. Listen what Jesus said, because the Pharisees, okay, because the Pharisees, they was calling him the devil and said that he is Beelzebub and casting out devils by being a devil. Listen what Jesus said over in the book of Mark, chapter 3, the Amplified version, verse 23, the B part. How can Satan drive out Satan? And if a kingdom is divided and rebelling against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house is divided, split into fractions and rebelling against itself, that house will not be able to last. And if Satan has raised an insurrection against himself and is divided, he cannot stand, but is surely coming to an end. Watch this now. But no one can go into a strong man's house and ransack his household goods right and left and seize them as plunder unless he first binds the strong man. Then indeed he may thoroughly plunder his house. Jesus said, the only way you can go into a strong man's house and overtake him is by binding the strong man. The strong man means that this is a person of authority. This is a person of headship. This is people of influence. See, because just like God, Satan functions through realms of authority as well. This is what Willie Lynch talking about here. Satan functions through authority as well. Because they know that if they can function through the authority, everybody else gonna follow. So now all they have to do is do like you're doing now. Get folks of authority, get folks of some influence, get folks who have some wealth to come against, to be divided, to come against somebody. And we got them. This is what they're doing with Kanye West now. They got all these folks. So now you don't hear no black people, mainly of wealth, of influence, speaking on his side, because the same Jewish community that Kanye is coming against have all them wrapped up in their little fingers. They have all them wrapped up. So now they can't come to Kanye's side. They can't come to aid and assist him because they'll be in the same boat that Kanye West is in. Seeing folks think he's crazy and all this here because the media has made it look like he's crazy. Watch this. And they use the black people. Man. They use the black folk to tear down the folks of high echelon that's in the black communities. I'm telling. Let me show you some more in the Willie Lynch letter. Watch this here. Watch this. We're gonna go right here. Okay. He said, on the top of my list is age, but it's there only because it starts with an A. The second is color or shade. There is intelligence, size, sex, size of plantations, watch this, and status on plantations. And status on plantations. So you have some Negroes was in the house, some and most Negroes was out in the field. So some Negroes was in the house and they was eating the scraps, although they was scraps, they was the good scraps that they was getting. So they was getting warm in the wintertime by being in the house. So which means that the only way that they can be in the house was to be sucking up to the master, to the slave master, and actually, watch this, coming against a lot of things that the blacks in the fields, in the cotton fields, in the fields was doing. They was more tyrant over the blacks than the owners, than the overseers, because they wanted to prove their point, just like today, just like today, just like today. You have black folks who are in positions on jobs will mistreat black folk, all because they want to prove themselves to the white man and other races that they're not with the black people, that they're not with the black brothers and sisters. And this stuff is going on right now today. Watch this here. Somebody said that the Willie Lynch letter is not real. It is not a real entity. Okay, well, just for conversation's sake, let's say that it's not real. Just for conversation's sake only. Even if it's not real, watch this, you cannot deny that what's in the letter is functioning in the black community right now today. You can't deny that. Whether it's real or not, you cannot deny that what is going on in the black community today is not in this letter. This man had a plan, had a master plan to control and actually keep the blacks underfoot, and it is working. Watch this here. And we got to get it together. We got to get this thing together. Watch this. Watch this. Okay. Status of plantation. That's why I stopped there. We're going to go. Attitude of owners. Whether the slaves live, watch this, in the valley, on a hill, east, west, north, south, and have fine hair, coarse hair, or is tall or short. This plan is going to work. Watch this here. Now that you have a list of differences, I shall give you an outline of action. But before that, I shall assure you that distrust is stronger than trust, and envy stronger than adulation. Adulation means excessive flattery, respect, or admiration. He said, and I read and I quote, but before that, I shall assure you that distrust is stronger than trust, and envy stronger than adulation, respect, or admiration. Watch this. Watch this. Because as long as he can get the blacks to distrust one another, long as he can get the blacks to distrust one another, and long as he can keep the blacks envy of each other, because you have wealthy black people who really don't want to help less fortunate black folks. So now the less fortunate black folks are envy at the wealthy black people, and in a lot of cases, rightfully so. But then, then all this division comes into play, and then it says that this is what's going to really bring division amongst the blacks. It ain't it. He want the distrust to be stronger than the trust. This he is talking about in the black community, in the black culture, not against the white people. Against the black people, he wanted to be stronger than trust. And he want the envy to be stronger than adulation. He wants that to be done more than respect, more than admiration. Watch this here. Watch this. I'm going to read some more. The black slaves, after receiving this indoctrination, Lord have mercy, Jesus, shall carry on and will become self-refueling and self-generating for hundreds of years, maybe thousands. So, watch this. He said that once the blacks get this indoctrination, you don't have to do it long. They're going to do it. The blacks themselves are going to strengthen my plan. All we got to do is work it intensively for one whole year. The blacks themselves are going to strengthen my plan to keep them divided. This is what is going to raise our economic status. This is what he's saying. It's bigger. Yep, that's the title of it. Than Kanye. This thing is way bigger than Kanye. But this is exposing the truth. Donald Trump said, now mind you, all while Kanye was riding with Donald Trump praising him high. Donald Trump now said that Kanye needs help. He needs some medication. Wait a minute, man. I thought this was your man, 100 grand. Let me show you something. 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 Watch this. Don't forget, you must pitch the old black male versus the young black male, and the young black male against the old black male. You must use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves, and the light-skinned slave versus the dark-skinned slaves. You must use the female versus the male, and the male versus the female. You must also use white servants and overseers. Distrust all blacks. Watch this. Let me do it again. You must also have your white servants and overseers distrust all blacks. But watch this now. It is necessary that your slaves trust and depend on us. They must love, respect, and trust only us. My Lord. I got to read that. I have to show you that again. You need to see that for yourself. You must also have your white servants and overseers distrust all blacks. It is necessary that your slaves trust and depend on us. They must love, respect, and trust only us. My Lord. See, I'm not a Trump hater. I think he should have stayed in office. But I don't trust none of them. That's why I don't vote. I don't trust none of them. Watch this. When it come down to it, the true colors will show. The truth always prevails. He said, you don't trust none of them, but they must trust only us. I'm going to give you an example. Watch this here. Here it is, a black man and a white man. Black man come up to you with a business deal. Well, it can even be a black woman and white woman. It don't matter. For all you feminists and all you other folks, well, what about the women? It don't matter whether black man or black woman, white man or white woman. Listen now. Watch this. A black man can come up to you with a brilliant idea to enhance your life in every area. You would automatically discern him and look at him with a keen eye because you think that he's on some foolishness. You think he's trying to spin you and get your money. Watch this. And his heart is pure towards you. Watch this. But the white man can come to you with the same proposal. And you jump on it like flies on boo-boo. You jump on it. And this joker have ulterior motives to have you in the ditches, in the grinch of poverty, in every area of your life. This is what he's saying right here. You must distrust all blacks, but they must trust, respect, and love on and depend only on us. It's bigger than Kanye. If we just come together and look and stop spending all our resources with these folks, the economy mess around and crash. We're the economy. We spend more money than any culture on the planet. We spend more money than anybody on the planet. If we stop, it's over. Everybody, see, and they know that we're not going to stick together like that. They already know that because the system is indoctrinated in, watch this here, in the black culture. They're the communities. No. It's indoctrinated in the black culture. Come here. What? Watch this here. Watch what he said. I'm going to go all the way down here. What did he say? Watch this. Gentlemen, these kits are your keys to control. Use them. Have your wives and children use them. Never miss an opportunity. Watch this here. If used intensively for 1 year, the slaves themselves will remain perpetually distrustful, watch this, of each other. Perpetually means ongoing. He said they are going to do it themselves. He is telling the white slave owners that, look, you can give this here kit to your wives or children, the overseers. Have them to implement this plan intensively for 1 year. The slaves themselves will do the rest. You ain't got to do nothing ever again. They'll make sure it continue like an axle. Just continue to go around. And the more it go, the deeper it'll get. This thing is indoctrinated in the culture of black folk. Now, I ain't talking about no community. The culture, which tears down communities, which tears down families. This is why we have such false doctrine in black churches. All the stuff is linked together. This is why black preachers don't preach us nothing on how we grow. They don't teach us nothing to give us weaponry so that we can know what we're up against with this white supremacy, with all this racism, with all this here red line, and with all this here system pollution towards us. They don't give us none of this here. All they want you to do is come up in there, shout, holler, fall out, snot, fart, give your money up, get false hands laid on you, listen to false doctrine, get false prayer and false prophecy put on you, and you leave and crank that thing up all next week again. Teaching you nothing on how to become unified as a black people so that we can be strengthened, so that we can begin to grow in black wealth, in black power, in black communities, black homes. Teach us how to have strong black marriages. They don't teach this because they're teaching a doctrine that's been indoctrinated with white supremacy, that's hooked up to the Willie Lynch letter to keep us divided. It's our own that's keeping us divided. We already know their system, but their system is so indoctrinated in the black culture where we teaching it unknowingly in a lot of cases and keeping the blacks in division. That's why we got this foolishness going on now with the gender war. The black men and black women going at it against each other. And you got the black men talking about, I'm going overseas to get me a woman that's going to submit and do what I tell her to do. You don't even know what submit means. You looking for a robot and a rug that you can walk over. And then you got these black women talking about independence and I'm getting the bag and I don't need no man and I do this and just ignorant, just straight out goofy, don't know what you're talking about. You done got tricked by the system to keep the black man out of the child's life, and especially the boys. And then when the boys grow up to be deadbeats, now you want to blame the black man. But all the time you raised them. You did that. And you got the black men, they just looking for, oh, I just want a woman that's going to submit and do what I tell her. They ain't looking for no woman that's going to be a real helpmeet. Because a real helpmeet, she is going to encourage you. She's going to tell you, hey, man, look at me. You're going to the left. We're supposed to be going to the right now. Come on, baby. Come on back over here, baby. We got this. Let's go. No matter how hard it get, we got this. Come on back over here, baby. They ain't looking for that. They ain't looking for some woman that's going to keep her legs, mouth, and booty hole open and just cook and clean all day. That's what they looking for. And all she's going to say is, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, sir, no. No, see, this is the foolishness that keeps us divided. And these women talking crazy out their mouth, calling these men all out their name with no honor, with no respect, talking crazy and goof out their mouth, and always these black women are a trip, a whole trip, and raising the next generation to be a whole trip. Watch this, and that's in the Willie Lynch letter. That's in the Willie Lynch letter. It's bigger. Tell the title again, preacher. It's bigger than Kanye. It's bigger than Kanye. This is another ploy, and it's a big one, to keep black folks underfoot economically and keep us controlled and divided. And once again, it's working. Are we going to ever say, you know what? I'm tired of being used. Let me unify with my people. Yeah, Kanye be saying and doing some stuff that's out there. All of us have. But when it's time to stand, there has to be something that black people will stand for, regardless of what the risk is. You don't see Jay-Z. Now you saw LeBron speak up when it came to that garbage Black Lives Matter. And all the black athletes, all they was all in these gyms with these t-shirts on and on their knees praying and all this here and holding hands and got everybody's name who been killed and all this stuff here, and they just going along with the Black Lives Movement, and they all about the here LGBTQ community and all this here mess and all this here garbage that's going on with that false unity, because they have to do that or they'll lose all their sponsorship. So they'll come together for falsehood. But when it's time to come together for truth that's exposing, they can't, because them Jews got them by the balls with vice grips, got them by the pearl tongue with vice grips. They can't make a move because they are lovers of their money. Their money is their gods. They're holding on to their God. But Kanye said, I'm willing to lose everything. You got to come on with it, player. And until we get a bunch of these here folks at the top who are going to come and join forces and say, hey, man, I'm with you. You don't see none of these jokers out here doing, none of the high echelon black folk doing that. Oprah, Tyler Perry, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, all these folks who have influence and money, none of them, they are against him totally. And this is exactly how they want it. So they can continue to prove to us Negroes, you still up under me and you're going to remain there. I control you. All we got to do is start spending money with these people. All we got to do is come together and start spending money with these people. Every black person that got a Chase account, cut the account off. Every black person don't spend no money with Adidas, no money with Gap. And all the black high echelon folks who ain't supporting the cause, don't even mess with them, cut them off. Just like they blackball Kanye, we blackball all them until you line up and get back over here where you belong, chump, heifer. Get back over here where you belong. And we just do them the same way. Don't spend no money with these folks. None. Spend none. If we start spending money with these little people, they done. Say Adidas is expected to lose 240 some million this quarter, but overall they expected to lose 10 to 15 billion. That's with a B. $billion. That's the type of effect we have with our money. Black folk I'm talking to. Talking to black folk. Let me give you something here. Let me give you one more scripture. I'm going to go over here to Psalms 133. Check this out. Check this out. This is a psalm of David. Watch this here. Watch this. It said, behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard. Aaron was the first high priest that was ordained by God to be able to go into the Holy of Holies. That went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. What this mean? What this mean? What this mean? What this mean? He's speaking about when brethren dwell together, women and men, I make no difference, dwell together in unity. And he's speaking on how echelon, because you got to remember that now he's a God of order. He's talking about the high echelon because everybody in the crew ain't going to ain't gonna be agreeing on stuff. But if the higher echelon of people come together, if the mass, if a great mass of them come together on one accord, the scripture says that the do means about growth, about blessings coming up, about growth, about fertilization, about things growing properly, about blessings flowing up. When we begin to function like that, we'll see a big change in the black culture. See, this stuff is not going to happen long as we are a house divided. This house speaks about the culture, the kingdom, the people. Long as this house is divided. You have black folks that will come on somebody's live while they doing lives and be talking crazy. Like somebody say lies on here. It just look. Every other culture understands unity except for us. Watch this. Because we've been indoctrinated to be divided. The strength, the success of wealth, health, wholeness, power, prosperity is in unity. Watch this. Watch this. This even works in the evil. Unity works even in evil. You remember over in Genesis when they was about to build a tower to go up to heaven. God said, I have to go down and confuse them folks' language because if I don't, they so unified, watch this, nothing that they can't do is impossible for them. Unity works whether it's good or evil. When I was in the streets, me and my brother, and we had a crew, and we was rolling, making real money. Long as we was unified, we was making serious money. When nobody touched us, we were powerful. It wasn't until the division came is when all chaos happened. See, when division comes, it opens up a Pandora box where everything to destroy that kingdom is now activated. Man, this thing is bigger than Kanye. Way bigger than Kanye. And we need to grab a hold. We need to grab a hold and get this thing right. We need to grab a hold and get it right. Because if not, we in trouble. So I just wanted y'all to see this here because I had a whole different plan. I had a whole different message. I was going to speak on tithing. I was going to speak on tithing. I was going to bring a whole bunch of scriptures and everything to bring, but I'm going to do that on the next time. But I'm telling you, we need to come together, especially on this one here. We need to show these people that we can unify. It ain't about Kanye. It's bigger than him. It's bigger than him. We need to get some power. We need to get some finances. We need to get some wealth. We need to get some structure. Watch this. We need to get a position to where folk can hear our voice. But it only happens through unity. Man, look, I want y'all to follow me on YouTube at Full Impact Ministries. Check me out. I got over 600 messages on there. Powerful messages. And I also want y'all to follow me on here, right here. Follow me right here now. Cause I'm gonna be doing this here often. often, often, often. But I just wanted to come on and show us, because this is the big thing right now about Kanye and what Kanye is going through. And all the black folks have no sympathy. Well, most black folks. Because there's some black folks that's riding with Kanye on this here. I'm one of them. And it ain't about him. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's bigger than him. There's a bigger stake that's involved. That bigger stake is our culture. For the generations to come, somebody got to come against this foolishness that these people are on towards us. Willie Lynch said that the only way that his plan will be destroyed is if the Negroes themselves come into a deep revelation of who they are. He said that. He said the only way that it will stop is if they come into a deep revelation of who they are. It's time for us to come into that deep revelation of who we are. It is time for us to come into a deep revelation of who we are. Because this thing is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. It's not about Kanye. It's not. Is that this is bigger than Kanye. See, this how the enemy works. He keeps us focused on one thing while all the time he's working on another plan over here. We have to stop focusing on the surface of an issue and begin to go underground. Yep, that's right, preacher. To go underground so that we can begin to see the full scope of it. And this is why we need to get some real wisdom on life, some real wisdom on who we are, so that we can have some weaponry, watch this, to empower us, to encourage us, watch this, and prepare us for warfare against all the wiles of the devil, which is the folk who are against us. It shows you how great of a people we are, because racists hate us. Watch this, but want to be like us. There's greatness in us. Greatness in us. And every race know it except for us, because we've been indoctrinated to believe that we're hopeless. But I'm telling you today, we have power, we have strength. Everything we touch, we take over. They know it's greatness in us. And they gave us doctrine to take that away. It's time for us to get it back. This your boy Hood is bigger than Kanye. And I'm out. Peace.